so welcome everyone to our opportunity night. We are so excited to have you all here. This is just a place to ask questions, come kind of see what the community is about, all the craziness that we have to offer, because I promise it's a lot, but it's a lot of fun, and we honestly just make memories and make connections and meet people, and we also make people's houses smell good. So how fun is that?
Right.
So
Amazing.
myself, I have been in Scentsy since January of 2021. And then you're also going to hear from Dylan Campbell and Tiffany Essens and Renee Smith. So, and then anybody else that might want to pop in and share their stories. All right, you guys want to say anything before I start this thingy that I'm doing?
Welcome, guys. That's
Welcome.
it.
We're super professional too. So this is really chill. There's there's no obligation. It's just, we thought it'd be fun to have this Zoom link that everybody could come on, and just, if you've kind of been thinking about it, but not really sure what that means or looks like, you had a place to come ask questions and kind of see what we do on Zoom. So at any time, drop questions. I'm also live on Facebook too, so that's fun. But can one of you actually pull that up and maybe monitor if there's questions over there? Would that be possible? Because I'm going to have this presentation up.
And also, this is a great opportunity to then, after this is finished, to
I feel
share.
sorry for the
Go ahead, Ashley.
dermatologists.
For the what? Oh. Okay.
Sorry, I
think
wasn't
that's
muted.
right.
I meant to
Anyways.
be muted.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Right.
I'm
You're
totally
good.
a doc and I'm working right now, so I meant to be muted. Sorry, guys.
You're totally fine.
We're so much in here. Okay. What were you gonna say though, Tiffany?
This is being recorded live so that you can use this as another resource in your business if you are a consultant, to then share with people who are interested, and maybe we're going to be answering some of the questions that they have that you might not even know about. So just go ahead and share that with your potential people.
Yeah, and I'll put it on YouTube so everybody will be able to use this as a resource, because even if you're not a part of our teams, we are all about, we are better together and growing the organization and Scentsy as a whole, because we love the company.
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to lose our presentation. We did that, actually. I should have been having my stuff together. Oh no, where did it go? So this is what it's like to be a Scentsy consultant, a hot mess that closes out of the screen we're supposed to be presenting.
Where's Dylan? He always saves us. Where's Dylan?
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Being awful quiet.
I'm here.
He's here.
Do you want me to share from my screen tab?
I just see that you're active in here. I did get it now though.
Okay.
Thank you for having my back per usual. Maybe. Because now I lost the button. Oh my gosh, hot mess. Okay, desktop 2. We're sharing. And you guys can see that?
Yes.
You're good.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, welcome. Pretty special there. Let's go to the second screen. We're just gonna kick it off with a video from Scentsy, because you know what better way than to kind of let them highlight the joys of the company.
Earl was an entrepreneur over his life, and he would bring stuff home for me to sample all the time. And it was usually junk that I would throw into a pile and say, no, don't put in that. No. And so he called me from Utah. Hey, I found this product, and he tried to describe it to me. And I wasn't getting what he was saying. And so I just said, well, bring it home, I'll look at it. It is something you have to experience. And plugged it in, turned it on. First bar was banana nut bread.
Yeah, and I came home and I thought she was making banana bread. And so my first reaction of it actually being used in our home was surprise that, oh, this is a lot better than I thought it was. we were kicked in the teeth entrepreneurs at the time. I didn't think that I had the chance to keep it going. You know, I thought that I was done and I needed to go find a job somewhere. So when we found the product and she liked it, it was a surprise because most of the products she didn't like. So the fact that I came up with something or introduced something to her that she actually liked,
Loved, yeah.
I thought there might be some potential. But I was still trying to figure out in my mind how it was going to work, how we would be able to do it with all the debt we had, how we would be able to buy product, sell product, you know, all of the details of entrepreneurship. I was pretty nervous about privately. I told Heidi, we've got to go bankrupt. We're just hurting people. And we're going to hurt more people if we don't stop this now. So let's, you know, our first losses are our least losses. And so I got resolved that that was the best thing to do. And went and talked to Heidi. And what did you say?
I said, heck no, we are not going to file bankruptcy because they put our name in the newspaper and everybody would know, Orville and Heidi. And I said, we're going to swing for the fence and we're going to gosh dang swing hard.
Yeah.
They bought the company, brought it back up here. My husband and I, we helped him unload the truck. And it was just a little pickup full of stuff. And we put it in the container, the huge container down there on the farm. Orville said, we got to make it ourselves. We have to make our own bars. He experimented and he started making the bars. And I would shrink wrap them and my husband would label them.
I still had to make a living. And so I went and I was selling ShamWows and car wax and, you know,
Junk.
things you see on late night TV.
Yeah.
So I had to make the product while I was doing the fairs and shows and send it to Heidi so that she could package it up and fulfill the orders.
I think I knew that I didn't want to sell it at fairs and shows. And so I just started researching and I came across the Direct Selling Association online. And it was 18 days between the day we brought all the product home and the day that the Direct Selling Association was having their annual meeting. So it was sometime in between May 1st and May 18th that I came across this and I said, you should go to this meeting. So we scraped together money for him to attend and he went and came home and said, we're going to do direct selling.
I went to my sister's party, which was one of the first, if not the first, Scentsy party. And I fell in love with the product. The simplicity of it, the ability just to connect with the fragrances and memories. I had done direct sales before, but there was something about it that drew me to it. And so I signed up as a consultant from that party. I saw it at a Christmas show and I fell in love. I saw this beautiful warmer that I wanted and the consultant said, why don't you get it for free? And I thought that was a great idea. So she asked me to host a party. I said I would love to. My party gave me enough Hostess product till June when I needed some more. And that's when I decided to sign up. So I didn't have to track down the consultant to fill my orders. In the beginning, there wasn't any marketing tools or anything for us as consultants. We had a little picture book that had photos in it. With Scentsy, like I said, it was the simplicity, the just being able to set up the warmers and let people smell the fragrances. And that was a complete and utterly different way I'd ever experienced a direct sales before.
We wanted to grow organically because Scentsy's a different company than most direct selling companies. We grew slow and it took 2 or 3 years to see that what we were doing was actually really spectacular.
Okay, so there is about 7 minutes more, but that kind of gives you the humble beginnings of, that's the owner, CEO, Heidi and Orville. They've actually been gone on a 3-year mission trip. So pretty much the whole time I've been a consultant, they haven't been gone. So they actually returned this summer, which is super exciting because everybody talks so highly of them, their keynote speeches, all the things. So I'm looking forward to actually getting to meet them this year. But we've had acting CEO in the meantime. So that is just kind of the beginning. You'll see here, this picture was from Director Boot Camp. We're actually got to go and see, this is where Scentsy started. This multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar company that, I guess I don't know exactly what it's rated at, but it started in this shipping container. So you can see that it's come a long way, and it was just a vision that changed. So this one doesn't have it, the next one does. Okay. So this is just kind of a look into We Are Scentsy, that we're, trusted with top brands. Like, we're the official home fragrance of Walt Disney World. So we're not just a company that is on the other side. Just not another company that's gonna, we've been here since 2004. And then I love this graphic. We just came out with a Dumbo ride there. And then, I don't know, is there anything you want to add on this, Dylan? He helped me put this together.
No, I think the map on the bottom shows a little bit about where Scentsy is in the
World.
So there is multiple locations as far as our shipping and consultants. I think it's up to 14 or 15 different countries now. So lots of growth within the company.
Which is always a good thing, especially in today's economy. All right, so we're just gonna kind of share with you the different ways we came to Scentsy. So I joined in January of 2021. Like I said in the beginning, I was just kind of looking for something different. I had kind of was in a season of my life that was really, really rough. I had lost my cousin the year before, and honestly, I just had kind of felt kind of lost. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't really know. I was just looking for something, I guess, to fill my time with, and like to just channel the grief that I had from losing him into something positive, something that I know that he'd be proud of. And so and that's something I really didn't talk about publicly for a long time because it was really hard to. I would typically break down at the sight of just even saying that, but it was a really a big push of, I just needed something that I could channel my grief into. So I joined, and I did not expect it to be anything of what it became for me. I was always one that kind of stood in the back of a crowd and was a follower, not typically a leader. And it's really funny now, my Scentsy family will kind of look at you and probably be like, that's crazy. Like, what are you talking about? You've never been a leader before. That was not my default mode, I promise. I was shy, backwards, introverted. Didn't want to be called. I still actually don't want to be called in. I still really scared of public speaking. Like right now, my heart rate it's a little higher than normal. Just to, I guess, be vulnerable and share with you guys. But like, I can rock a Zoom. Like that's like I love talking on Zoom now, which is weird because again, I wouldn't have been that person. But I found my calling through Scentsy, honestly, is what it comes down to. I found the fact that I've always had a giver's help or giver's heart. I've always wanted to help people take themselves to the next level, but I didn't have a platform or a vessel to be able to do that necessarily without it just being loaning people money, and that you can only do that for so much. And, people take advantage of you and your time and all of that stuff. So through this company, I have found a way to teach people how to make a successful business and then watch them change their life. So I've been blessed to watch people give their kids dream Christmases that they never would have been able to, or travel outside of the state that they live in, and literal tears at the fact of seeing a location that Scentsy was able to provide for them. And that's what fills my heart. I just love being able to give to people and have it be an outsource. You know, so many people that I have on my team are looking for an identity outside of being a mom and a wife. You get stuck in those everyday patterns of who you are as your identity. And through Scentsy, I've, been able to watch these people create these incredible journeys for themselves or find themselves confidence. And that is just something that naturally happens. And it's crazy because you might notice not once have I said the products, which is crazy because they're amazing. I love the products, obviously. Like, I was using them every single day. And I know I'm someone that goes in on something. So it's like, obviously, why would you not want to make commission back on that? Like, because we have such a low ceiling, and we're going to get into that of the requirements of being a consultant. But that's not why I stay. That's not why I'm growing a team. It genuinely is, I love being a leader. I love seeing people be the best versions of themselves. And how can you be a part of something that your job is literally helping with self-development? Like, that's all this is. And it's crazy, but I love it. And I'm hooked, and I will always do this because it gives me so much more than just an extra paycheck or to be able to sell product. So that's really how I got into it. Now I'm in 3 years. We have a team of over 100 all over the United States, and we are not done growing. So if it's something at any time that you are, thinking about, maybe I could give this a try. I love that there's different levels that you can do it on. You can do it as just commissions for yourself. You can do it for a full-time gig. You can do it for, I want to see for 1 month if it's for me or not, but we'll get into all those details later too. So, Tiffany, you are next, my dear.
Okay, I am super excited to share with you guys my join story because it changed. When you first get into Scentsy, I think that understanding why you joined is incredibly vital for that drive, that push to find out where you want to go with it. And so at every single event we'd ever done, it was constantly coming up. Like, why did you join Scentsy? Like, what's your why? And when I was first telling my story, it was, I joined because of the products. Like, I remember my first product that I ever had with Scentsy, which was something we don't have anymore, which Scentsy has not done right by me and brought it back, but that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. We have a lot of other amazing products, but it was body souffle. It's literally, I can't even. It's body whip. Okay. It was glorious. It made you feel like a newborn baby, like fresh skin right out the womb. Okay. It was glorious and it smelled amazing. And mandarin, I don't remember the name of the scent. It was like grapefruit mandarin or amber or something. Mandarin grapefruit amber. It was divine. Whatever the combination of the words were, it was divine. Okay. So a girl, I was in college at the time with 2 kids. So my first son was born in 2014 and my next son was born in 2015, a year and 19 days apart, because apparently, again, like we figured out in this life, I love chaos. So I had both my kids and I had not finished my degree yet. I was originally going to Hanover College. And then I found out that I was pregnant when I was 24, when I was taking a break from college, because life never happens the way that we think it's going to happen. And so I decided that I wanted to go back to college, that it was really important to me that I finish college. So I went back to college as a mother of 2, 25. Well, at that time I would have been 26 or 27, 27, because I went back in 2017. Anyway, so in 2017, I'm going back to college, 2 kids, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old at the time. So it was insane, guys. Okay. I was doing a full college load while taking care of 2 kids, living on campus. And this girl in my class, and this happened in 2018, this is next year, one of my political science classes, this girl that I had barely talked to, was like, hey, are you interested in things that smell good? She brought a Scentsy order to class. That's what started this all. Like it walked in, I had never heard of Scentsy before in my life. This clear bag full of boxes and colorful wax. I was like, what is this goodness? And obviously, I'm a very extroverted person. Like literally, I would talk to anyone about anything. So as soon as she walked in, I was like, what is this? What's happening here with this? Explain this. And so she starts going through what this stuff is, and I was very interested in everything she had to say. But I remember the body souffle was in there, and she was like showing it to me. I was like, absolutely 100%, we are doing this. Add to cart. How do we order this? And so I ordered said product. And then a couple days later, she asked me about like she sent me her link and said that she was trying to reach something. I don't remember what it was. And I was like, okay, I'll go look. And then once this thing opened up to me, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful things in here. There was the champagne warmer, which I absolutely loved. I was like, can this happen sooner? What's the shipping like? Get it in here. And it was the most, I still have the warmer, guys. I cherish it with everything that I am. The champagne warmer, it's the most beautiful thing ever. Anyway, moving on. So after I'd placed 2 orders in 1 week, she then asked me, she's like, hey, by the way, you could save a lot of money. I remember I was laying on a couch, just, assuming the position, guys, of the nighttime. And my husband was right next to me in this lounger, and she was like, hey, do you want to join Scentsy? And I was like, no, no, not really. But like she couldn't hear me, okay? Just talking out loud. And then my husband's like, didn't she say you could save money? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, let's do that. Because this is already like you've like literally not talked about anything other than Scentsy. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I joined. And that was my story, guys. This entire time that I had been with Scentsy, I've been with Scentsy. This is April 1st will be my 6th year with Scentsy, which is amazing. But that had been my story for years and years and years. And then I thought about it. I looked back on why I joined and why I've stayed. And it was never because I loved the product. It was because I had 2 kids. I wasn't a normal college student anymore. I wasn't going to frat parties. I wasn't going to events. After class, I went home, studied my butt off, and then took care of my children, made dinner, cleaned our house, did laundry, and that was my life every single day. What Scentsy, the opportunity was friendship.
Okay.
Rayland was a friend, and that was my sponsor. And by entering her world of Scentsy, that's what Scentsy brought to me was friendship. And I have stayed all these years later. The product is amazing. Do not let me lie to you. The product is amazing, but I stay and have stayed because of all the wonderful people who I've met and all of the character building that I've gotten for free, guys. Lots of character building up in here. It has been beautiful, but that is my story. We are done.
Yay. All right, Renee. Renee, you're next.
Hello, I'm Renee. I have been with Scentsy now 2 years, at the beginning of March. And I joined because I had an addiction. Love the products. We'll just earn some money back on what I buy. And then I met these wonderful people. I don't drive, stuck at home all day, don't work. So I had no life whatsoever until these people came into my life. And now I go to events with them and we do teamy lunches, teamy dinners, our Zooms once a week. So I have a community, I have friendship, and of course, I absolutely love sharing the product because they are amazing. But yeah, that's pretty short and sweet, but yes.
And we love Renee. She adds so much value to our community. All right, Dylan, take us home with stories.
I don't know if I can beat those stories. Those are so good. Everyone did amazing. So my story is a little bit different. It's a longer story than most. I've been with the company for 12 years now. I obviously love the company. One of the greatest things about Scentsy is you always get to try again. There's always someone out there who's willing to help you. And we'll talk about this a little bit later, but as a consultant, if you give up and stop selling, or you just don't think it's the right time, you can leave and then you can come back for free. So that's a big part of my story. I have left. I didn't think it was for me during that time. And so when I was ready and when I had the right space and I had more time, I came back. So I came back around 2 years ago and I said, I'm going to give this one more shot. I'm going to give it my all and try one more time. And if I fail or if I can't do it, then I will peacefully be done and say I gave it my all. And since those 2 years have passed, I have not given up. I have a team of 14 now, so we are growing. And I just love pouring my heart out into others and sharing with my customers. I don't care if my customers don't even buy from me. It's just the love and the connection that I have with them. And then the same thing with my team and with this team. So the 4 people that you just heard from, Tabitha, Tiffany, Renee, and myself, and there's even others in this room. I don't want to limit it to that list, but none of us are actually on the same team. We are a team of people that just bonded, came together, and we just run with it. That's one of the greatest things I love about Scentsy is there is this community, and you do have, sponsors. You've heard that so far, or you've heard directors, you've heard a few of these different titles, but that doesn't mean anything in this company because there's someone out there who you can relate to, who you can love on, and who's going to pour into you. So that's a little bit about my story.
And we love our Dylan.
Yes.
So he's from Kansas. We can say that. And then Renee and Tiffany and I are all in Indiana. So there's that tidbit if that matters, but it's warmer there. So, it's fine. Okay, so here's some of the common questions and concerns that we get asked all the time. So we kind of wanted to answer those. And then I guess we don't kind of break these up so we can cover them. So do you have to keep stock or inventory? That answer is no. There is zero requirement to have any stock or on-hand inventory. You do have different options as consultants to work events, and in that case, you would. But Scentsy is very big actually on not carrying inventory because they want you to use your Scentsy money on your family and not your family money on Scentsy. And you will hear that so many different times. So that's not something that you have to buy in. You get all of this stuff. Your join kit actually comes with everything that you need to start a business. You don't need to have these big fancy displays, setups, anything like that. You can simply take what comes in your starter kit to someone's house, and it's going to have all your testers people can smell. It's going to have the products to try, and that's it. We're really bad at overcomplicating things, honestly, but it is supposed to be simple. Like, simplicity is one of our core values. Do you have to attend meetings and events? No, absolutely not. My team, like they mentioned, does a weekly team meeting, but it is all optional. You can come if you want to. You can come if or you can not come if you don't want to. You have the decision to come or not, but it is completely your choice. Our events are so much fun, and we have confetti cannons at our annual convention, and I talk about confetti a lot if you follow me on social media, because there is no better feeling than being showered by confetti. And if you've not tried it, you need to, because it will change. It'll change your life. I'm putting that out there. I'm obsessed with the confetti.
Right.
It's amazing. But the events are fun, but they're not required. They are just extra that Scentsy does for us. And then you guys want to do the rest, break them up? Dylan, you want to do the next two?
Yeah, absolutely, I can. So what is the minimum to stay active? So right now, the minimum to stay active is $200 in 1 calendar year. So as long as you hit that $200, so say you join this month and you kill it, because I know everybody on here that joins will. You have a perfect month, you hit over $200. If you don't do anything with your business for the next 12 months, then you're perfectly fine. On that last month, you would have to hit 200 again for it to kind of cycle through. So it's $200 every year. And then do I have to build a team? There is some people in this company who would say, yes, having a team underneath you is really beneficial. It's going to help you. We'll talk about commission here in a little bit, and having a team will help you grow, not only your team numbers, but as Tabitha said, it's going to help you become a better leader, help you just in life in general. And then let me send it off to Tiffany.
But you do not have to.
Right,
By
you
the
do
way.
not have to have a
You
team.
do not have to. You can take a
I
non-leadership
think I skipped
role
that
if
far.
you don't want a team. Yeah. He really is passionate about having a team if you didn't know that, but yes, you
I
do.
love my team. I love my team. I've already said that.
Yeah.
So you
But yeah,
can or you
there's no
cannot. That's up to you.
requirements to have it. You can take a non-leadership role and literally just come to get discounts for yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, so what benefits does Scentsy offer to consultants? Okay, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is a massive amount of benefits. So on top of being able to have unlimited parties that you can be having yourself monthly, which you will gain all the rewards off of that by simply sharing your love of Scentsy, the products that we have to offer, and then other people buying those things, you can accumulate rewards on your own parties to use for your business. So like, for example, for me, I personally love sending scent circles as thank yous to all of my customers. And because I'm able to have unlimited parties every month, I'm able to accumulate rewards on those parties and then use my rewards to then give back to my customers, which is an amazing benefit. Love having being able to do that, because if you did have a small business, lots of small businesses do try to, shower their customers in some kind of gratitude, and usually they're coming out of pocket for that. And in this case, I'm not, because I have unlimited abilities to have parties, which is great. We have tons and tons and tons of rewards and recognition that are constantly happening as a Scentsy consultant. Honestly, there's monthly awards that you can, bonuses that you can accumulate, and we're going to talk about that. It is part of our compensation plan that you'll be able to see. Well, it's built into the compensation plan, like as part of it, but we have monthly recognition. And then we have other like training awards and bonuses that are available for you just helping other people get their businesses started and do well in their businesses. We have incentive trips. We have annual awards that you can earn. There's really just no short of rewards. It's just constant showering of, yay, you did a good job, gold star. But like the gold star is like better than a sticker, obviously, because it's like money and trophies and certificates, and so it's lots of fun things. How can I sell the product? That's a great question, and it is answered by any way you want. That's within compliance. That's really just input that compliance is important. But compliance is so easily covered as a Scentsy consultant. I remember when I first joined, I did not find it overwhelming to be a new consultant, because our workstation is literally built for success. So they break down compliance in such a beautiful way that it makes it so easy to just jump out there and try all different ways. So it really depends on your customer base on how you're going to be able to sell this product. You can sell it over social media. You can do home parties. You can do like cute little bag parties that you're just sending out to people. You can sell via email. You can sell via YouTube. Like it's literally whatever way you want. We have events if you are into that type of thing. There's just tons of ways to sell and be successful. And now it's to Renee.
Back on the benefits, you forgot early access to certain products.
I totally forgot early access, which is something I take advantage of on a regular basis.
Right.
So
Yes. Go on.
yes. So we have early access to amazing products. So as new collections come out, Scentsy gives us access to those products first before our customers, so that we can experience those products. We also have a month early access to new warmers launching, which I literally have one right here next to me right now. Do you want to see it? Okay, cool. I'll show you. Ding, ding.
Yes.
Look at this. Pleasant. Every time you look at it, pleasant. Yes. Okay. So constant new things, constant early access. Shower me in the gift, Scentsy. Thank you. Continue on, Renee.
Okay. Do you get a discount as a consultant? You do not, technically. You pay full price for your product, but then you'll earn your commission back on that, and that is a percentage, which they'll go over on the composition. Yeah,
Compensation. You got it. You got that.
yes, compensation. But no, technically you do not get a discount. Okay. What if Scentsy this doesn't work for you? Nothing. You don't do anything. You can quit. You can walk away. You keep your starter kit. The website is free for the first 3 months. So at least give it 3 months to try it because your website is free anyway. But then, yeah, if you decide it's not for you, you can just walk away. We don't hold you hostage.
All right, thank you guys.
What the heck?
We did cover events. Like here's where you can get Cheryl or buy confetti cannons because that's important to know. Our group, this is part of our big group. We're just big goofballs, honestly, just here for a good picture and to have a good fun. And this was from our awards that we had at SFR this year. So just some really great
was
people
it?
would have met if it wasn't for Scentsy. And then Dylan was kind of touching on this earlier. If you are someone who had joined Scentsy, and it didn't matter if it was all the way back in 2005, in OG days, 2004, you can come back for free, like literally free. Now, if you did want this optional reinstatement kit, it is available for purchase, but you can reinstate your account for free, and then we can do a relaunch party for you, or whoever invited you to the Zoom can, whatever works, and then you can come back for free. So there's no expiration date on that. All right, who wants to go over the comp plan?
Dylan, I feel like you are the perfect person to go over the comp plan.
Okay, Dylan's gonna go over our comp plan with you.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
so
is.
I can share a little bit about it. What we wanted you guys to see on this screen was really just the possibilities, right? So a lot of people are talking about they love the community and they love the products. Tiffany messaged me on the side and she forgot to say she is excited about the income. So a lot of people join because they want that extra money, right? Like we could use an extra $20 or $200 a month or even more than that. So the possibilities are really endless. Tab, can you zoom in any way? I don't know if anyone else is struggling to see it, but
Yes.
Oh,
maybe I
that
should
was
have put on
the
my
way opposite of in, actually.
zoom way out.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm gonna go with I can't.
Okay, it's okay. It's no problem. So if whoever invited you to this does completely have access to this, and they can message Tabitha or myself to be able to grab this if there is something you want to zoom in specifically. But basically how it works is the higher you go with the company, the more teammates you have underneath you, or the more your PRV is, which is basically like your sales. The higher those things are, the higher you're going to make it up in the company, and then the more you're going to get paid. So it's kind of hard to see, but starting at the bottom, it's kind of like bluish. Do you want to point to essential consultant?
There we go.
Yeah, so essential consultant, that's where everybody starts. Everybody starts at 0. And what you will do is you will make 20%. So for everything you sell, you're going to make 20%. If you join this company and you just want to buy the product yourself every 12 months, you want to buy $200 and make 20% back, that's perfectly fine. You're going to set at that title and you're always going to make 20%. Perfectly fine. There's multiple people out there who do that. The next one is going to be a certified consultant. And so when you sell your first $1,000 in product, you are going to become a certified consultant. When you become certified, you get an extra 20 or ooh, that'd be nice. Extra 5% on that 20. So you make 25% instead of 20. Once you reach 25%, that is the for every title, that's going to be the same amount you make off of sales. The difference once you go higher is how much you make on the people underneath you. So as you can see, I don't want to go through each one just because that will take too much time, but you can see as you go up each tier, you're going to be making more and more money all the way up to superstar director, which is the highest rank in our company. You can see that it's the purple and it goes all the way down the page. So you're getting paid on multiple different levels of people underneath you. Anybody have anything to add to that?
Nope, I think you did great.
Oh, whew,
Now,
good. My
correct
job's
me
done.
if
I'm
I'm
out.
wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the $200 per year, but it has to be all in 1 month, correct?
to be
Yeah, you
active.
would sell if you want to buy from yourself, you would sell the $200 that 1 month, buy the $200 worth of items you want, and then you would be good after that. It has $200 in 1 month out of a year.
Okay.
Yep.
And Michelle said, if you want to see it bigger, turn your phone sideways, and it actually makes it bigger if you're on your phone. So good tip there. If you want to check that out real fast before I go to the next page.
I'm gonna interrupt a minute too. If you're a reinstate, you have to have 200 within the first 2 months that you've signed up.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
come back.
There is that
Yes, if
requirement.
anyone on this call is a reinstate, then yeah, they would require you to have $200 in your first 2 months, and then you're good for the year after that.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
All right. So this is our income disclosure statement. Basically, we have that on here because we talked about money, we talked about travel, we talked about rewards, we talked about all the different things. So we need to have that in this video to cover income disclosure statements. That's pretty much it on that. All right.
Because we
So,
have to. Is it because we have to?
we have to. So that pretty much wraps up. Does anybody have any questions or any other consultants that are on here that might have something that they want to add that we might not have covered?
While we are waiting on those questions to come through, Tabitha, I have a question for you. Can
Yeah.
you, I know you don't like sharing about this too much, but can you share a little bit about some of the travel you got to do with Scentsy? Because you didn't get to cover that, and I know that's one of your favorite parts.
The travel
Yes.
places I've been so far.
Yeah. Just any of the experience you had while you travel or anything, because you love that part.
Are you just talking about the locations or specifics? Now I tell you a lot, so I'm confused on which part you want me to tell. Just like go places.
Talk about what you've earned, like what locations you've learned.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and if you are wanting to ask questions, you can unmute yourself to ask, you can drop them in the chat. But while we are waiting on that, so I will share. So like I said, I've been in this for 3 years. My very first year, I earned the incentive. So when people say companies, you can't earn the incentive in the first year, well, I did. It is possible. You can do it. I earned an all expenses paid trip to Alaska on a cruise. Fortunately, I wasn't able to take that, but I did earn it, and it is in my I don't like my imaginary checkbox. I did that. I don't know what I was pointing at. Anywho, so then I've literally actually we do spring and summer incentives as well. So I've been able to achieve all of those since I've joined. I went to Cabo last summer. It was incredible. I got to take my husband. Grace was with me. It was just the best time. And you don't really travel or know travel until you travel with Scentsy, because when I tell you they pull out all the stops, nothing is left undone. They even give us room drops. So when we're out at the beach or whatever, we'll come back and we have gifts, and they're always themed around the location that we're at. So like we had actual authentic crap, what was it, Grace? I want to say syrup, but it was vanilla, just vanilla. Okay, I was like, it was not syrup, it was vanilla. And then we had hand wove bags, like beach bags that were made there in Mexico. They gave us fruit fresh. I mean, everything is included. So it's really cool. It's like you travel really well. Let's see, I've also, we went to Utah for our first reunion. I've been to North Carolina twice. I'm so dedicated to going to Scentsy events that on my first world tour, I couldn't do one on any of the weekends except one weekend, and there was 2 locations. There was one in North Carolina and one in Texas. And I told Grace, I said, hey, I don't want to miss my first world tour. She had just reinstated underneath me. It's like, how about a road trip? She's like, I'm in. We checked plane tickets. Plane tickets were cheapest to North Carolina. So we jumped on a plane and we had the best time. We went to North Carolina again for convention this summer, or this past summer, and that was a blast. Scentsy Camp, like I always go live and talk to you guys about that, which is only an hour away from me, but it's just incredible, that bonding experience that you got to have. And then I'm probably most excited about the fact that I just earned Hawaii, and I will be traveling to Hawaii this summer. So all paid by Scentsy. Um,
We did get a question in the
Yep.
comments.
I
Thank
seen
you.
something pop up. Oh,
That is true. So if you do have a downline, if you do have team underneath you, Scentsy does want to make sure that those people are not just left unattended and that they do have leadership, they do have someone there to, you know, help them along in their journey as well. So it is required of leaders to be active in every 4-month period. So instead of that 12-month period that you have to earn that 200 PRV in 1 month, as a leader, you are obligated to being active at least once every 4 months. But I did want to talk about that, guys. As far as 200 PRV, $200, I guess, could seem like a lot of money. To me, being a Scentsy consultant for as long as I have been, I know that that's not. That's very easily attained, especially when you are first introducing Scentsy to your friends and your family, because people who have not heard about Scentsy, they're not going to just be ordering a wax bar. They're going to be ordering a warmer to go with the wax bar. And then if they want car solutions, like there's just a plethora. To be honest, Scentsy sells itself. And I feel very confident saying that because everyone loves things to smell good. No one on this planet goes, I really love when my bathroom stinks. It's my favorite. Can't wait to experience that when I get home. No one likes that. Same thing with your car, your laundry, your home. We all genuinely love things to smell fresh. And we also like things to look nice. So like Scentsy is a triple threat in the fact that it's providing scent, providing decor, and providing income. I'm just saying that does happen. So it is very easy to attain that 200. Yes, and then as Derek just mentioned, we also have Scentsy Club, which makes it even easier. If people want to save, Scentsy has literally set us up for success in so many different ways, but Scentsy Club is definitely one of those ways in which you're talking to people in a very genuine way about getting the products that they already are purchasing or already enjoying on a monthly reoccurring basis. So like I myself have over 8 clubs every single month of customers coming out. So being active for me is just maintained strictly by, well, me hitting my leadership numbers is maintained every single month just by my Scentsy Club subscriptions. That's a ruler. Okay.
Does anybody else have any other questions before we wrap her up? Or anybody else want to add anything? Grace, you want to add anything? You look like you do.
You guys did a good job.
Thank you.
How about your experience? Because you're a reinstate.
Yeah, so I originally joined, I think it's 2014, and it was a lot harder than to stay active. So I think it was every 4 months you had to do, was it 200? I think it was even more than that, to be honest. It was a lot, I feel like. And so I was just doing it as like a discount. And then, I mean, since I've come back, I think like the community is huge. Like going to camp and just like hearing Melissa say that she was watching us do the thing, like that was huge to me because I don't know, I just felt like I don't do much in the company, and then I was like, but like I do, and then like just someone watching and looking up to you was huge for me to hear. So I think that's what keeps me here.
We love that you're here.
Yes,
I
we
do.
love Grace.
Jenny, will you share being a stay-at-home mama? I'm gonna put some of my girls on blast right now.
I should have known that was coming with you.
You
Yeah,
should have.
Yes, so to be completely honest, I never had a Scentsy product, never used it, never really heard of it. I basically just started stalking Tabitha, probably is what it really was. But I was asking her questions because I was a stay-at-home mom, still am. We had already had my son, and we had him like right at the start of COVID. So my husband and I both were like, nope, take care, not doing it, not messing with it. So, but I had always worked up until I had my son. So it felt very weird to not be working. And it was really like, it was a struggle for me to deal
I
with
know.
because
I know.
I was a mom,
I don't have
but
any. I just have one on King of the Mountain. But
I didn't feel like I was really contributing anyway, even though I was. So I would ask Tabitha question after question and then would just keep talking to my husband about it. And we finally were like, fine. Right before I had my daughter, so she was born August 2022, and in July, I think it was the double kit, I think, because it was like the transition month. So it was an awesome huge kit at a discount. Talked my husband into it, but I really just did it for the kit at first and for the discount. And then once I felt like recovered enough and good enough after having my daughter that, okay, let's try it. Then it was just kind of to just enjoy the discount, enjoy the product. Then the more I would enjoy the product, the more I wanted more and got more into it. And now I am looking at it as a huge way that I can contribute financially for my family, constantly going out of my comfort zone, constantly setting goals. Went to the world tour that we had in Indy, went with Grace to that, and it just like I really had no clue what to expect, but it was an awesome experience, and I'm already like hoping that like next world tour will be close by again, so that way I can go. Just because my kids are little, so it's hard for me to like go overnight somewhere. I'm not ready to do that yet, but to be able to do a day thing, I'd be all for it again. It was awesome. I would love to go. So I love sharing the product. I love talking about it. And it's crazy at how much it's gotten me out of my comfort zone. I mean, I will go and do lives now. And at the beginning of it, I kept telling Tabitha I didn't want to do them. I hated them. And I don't even care. It's just second nature. So I love it now. And I'm glad that I joined.
We're glad we have you too. Thank you for sharing. Val, do you have anything you want to share?
I suppose. I started literally a year ago. My Scentsy was last week, actually. And I guess the biggest thing for me is it has definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. I am a very introverted person. I don't like being in public places with a lot of people. World tour was a struggle for me, actually. I had fun, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of people there, and a lot of people makes for a very uncomfortable place for me. I am learning how to deal with that. And without having Scentsy, I never would have done anything like that. So to grow just in a year's time with Scentsy is an amazing thing. And I don't know. I mean, I've changed. I have changed a lot. I do, thanks to Tabitha, I do a live videos now on Facebook. I only did like what 3 this week, but I did them, and I never would have done that before. So, yeah, it's just I joined Scentsy for the discount. I joined when it was $25 to join, you know. And it was just, I just was going to do discount. And that's what I told Grace. I'm like, I'm just doing it for the discount. I don't want to sell it. No, I don't want to. And I don't know. I think for the whole year, I don't think I've dropped out of the top 10 in the whole year. As far as my sales. So, I don't know. Apparently I can sell. So now I just need to find a lot more people to sell to so that I can get out of the factory and do this full time. So that's my next goal. So I'll get there. I'll get there.
We watched you grow so much over the last year. It's been amazing to see that transition. We had a team meeting with her and her husband, and he came and he even mentioned, he's like, she's grown so much since she's joined. That's the part that I just love. All right, Kelly, you want to bring us home?
Okay. So I joined because Tabitha shared a plant warmer that I absolutely could not live without. And then she talked me into having a party. And I did really, really well with the party because I was just I didn't think I was going to do very well. I did over $500 and I was just speechless. And she convinced me to buy my kit from my party, which was actually kind of funny because I went back and forth for like 3 days and I was like, nope, yes, no, yes. Finally, I was just like, just do it. I don't care. Just do it. But I was reluctant. And the reason why I was reluctant was because I had done other at home jobs that did not give me what I needed. I was spending more money than what I was putting in. And so I was very reluctant on doing any kind of at home work anymore. But I did it, and I'm actually like super, super glad that I did because I joined in 2021 when, you know, the world was still kind of crazy. And I did it initially because I felt like I was just a stay-at-home mom. That was it, and a wife, and I didn't have anything outside of that. I was constantly home. I was, you know, doing the motherly duties and being, you know, the wife of the year, trying to make everything okay, but I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have what I needed to fill my cup to make me feel okay. So that's what Scentsy has given me. But I will say that when you're in the business for as many years as some of you have been, and you probably all agree with me, your why changes. And it changes because when you have that why in the beginning, like mine, to be around other people like-minded, to have an outlet, to be with other people and feel worthy and enough, that changes because then you found your people and you are enough and you are worthy and you learn that. And then you have to figure out what your next why is. And right now at this moment, I don't know exactly what my new why is. But I did kind of fall off the wagon for a couple months, and I chalk that up to, you know, the winter blues because it always happens to me. But I'm back and I'm happy, and I'm gonna try my hardest to do what I need to do to make myself better.
I'm so blessed. I see, you know why I love being a leader is because look at the people I'm surrounded by. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining. I hope you learned a little bit more about Scentsy. Your consultant that invited you or your friend that invited you can get you information. We do have a $35 join special this month, so it's an incredible time to join this community. And our group is always open. So even if you're not on our teams, we will take you in and love you. So the $35 join special, there's a kit option where you can have a party and have a qualified party and not have to pay for a kit. And then you use your rewards for that or a $99 kit. So if you guys have any questions, you can always message any one of us. But we really just want to thank you for being here and spending an hour of your time. Time is precious. That's the most important thing that you can ever give to a person is their time. So thank you. It really means a lot that you spend an hour with us to learn a little bit more about why we do what we do. And we hopefully will see you on the other side drinking the purple Kool-Aid. Have a great night. We love you. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.